Hey, it's IdkWhatsRc and this is a new video about my RPG game. So over the last week, I've been working on it really hard and many things have changed, like you will soon see. So first of all, the main change is that my game used to be written in ActionScript 3, which is basically Flash, and now I've made the transition to HTML5, which is basically JavaScript. So it's two totally different languages. I needed to write all the code from scratch. Well, I could still use some part, made some twists to make it work, but overall I needed to make it from scratch. So it took a lot of effort. The two languages are kind of similar in many ways. The main difference is with the drawing, so it's totally different system. So that's the very first thing I started working with. So get myself used to how it works. Now you need to like clean the screen and draw it every single frame, which is not really the same system than in Flash, but I think I've done a really good job. So now this is my player. It used to be simply a circle. Now I got artwork for it. It can also do different animation. For example, this is the mass animation. Also got the spear, the sword, the bow, and the wandon. So yeah, my combat system haven't really changed for the player, so how it looks, but for the code it's totally different. So with my old code, I could only have like one attack and one special attack per weapon and per player. But now with my system, I can have the amount of weapons, attacks, and buttons I want. So for example, the mass, or for example, the bow, with the left click option, I can generate, for example, there's the regular attack. I have, for example, 5% chance of doing another attack, for example, a fire arrow, and 5% chance of making 3 arrows at the same time. I can also have a right click option, which is the special attack right now, that do a special thing, for example, shoots a lot of arrows. I could also add the amount of buttons I want, so I could have an attack 1, 2, 3, 4, and it will be different for each different weapons. So it could basically become a button masher game, but I don't really feel doing it. Don't really want it to be that way, but anyway. So yeah, for the combat system for the player, it's not really this. It's kind of the same thing, but for the coder, it's totally different. And for the melee attacks, they are also very different. So now I can choose the area of effect. For example, this will be only a little square here. For the mass, it will be a larger area of effect. I can also choose the maximum amount of monster that will be it. For the bows, it's kind of the same thing. I can shoot multiple one. I can have different animation. I can have a nova. I can have bullet that pierce through enemy, that do a parabole, that do a sinus, and different things like that. I still need to work on the animation for the boomerang, crossbow, staff, and orb, and I got a friend helping me out for that, so it shouldn't be a big problem. For the map, it really looks good in my opinion. I got a fully functional collision system, so this is also a big difference. So now it's a grid instead of being I wouldn't say a pixel perfect detection, but now it's simply a grid. It's not that long to make, but it feels good right now. For example, this is the house. I can go not under, but below certain items. Well, not items, but elements. I also got an enemy. I've only made one. I got the enemy system done. Like making more will be quite easy. Here it is. For the enemies, the detection system is really bad, so you can basically go through anything. So right now it's doing a melee attack with a very long range. You cannot really see it, but my life is diminishing. You can also have, well, basically the monster are made exactly like the player, so this monster can have the amount of attacks he wants with the timer for each one. And basically, I got a lot more freedom to make monster, and it can also be animated and go through everything. I can also kill him, and he has a special animation. This arrow pierced through enemy. I will use the regular one and shoot multiple, so it dies, a little animation, I get experience, and drops, well, it's not really done. I got items, the item system done, and it works kind of like RuneScape. You can right click and select different things, for example drop, and you cannot pick it up yet. I got the shop system, and the shop system is kind of the same thing. Well, not really. You can buy items. Well, let's just sell gold for more gold, generate gold. So now if there's the peace sign, this means that it's the player stock. This is the regular stock. When there's none, there's none. For the player, if there's none, it disappear. And for example, if you sell something, you can buy it back. There is also the bank system, which is accessible by clicking your shield. Yeah, kind of strange, but I needed a trigger. So yeah, it's exactly like my old system, so you can put things, withdraw them. I still need to put the input button right here. I don't really know, well, I know how to do it in JavaScript. Well, it's the HTML part, but anyway, I'm working on that right now, and I guess that's pretty much it about my game right now. I still need to do a lot of things. The next thing I will work on is the chat box, because right now there's kind of a whole, and finally my mini-map. I've worked so hard to make it, seriously. So there's a button right there. Well, first of all, when I move, the mini-map follow where I'm going. I can also change the zoom. You cannot see it, but it's another input button. So now I got a 200% zoom. I can change it for, like, say 400%. So this is my wall map in a tiny way, or let's say 500. So it will be very useful. So I guess that's pretty much it about my game. I hope you like this little video, and see ya!